Hi there. My name is Jennifer Dixon with Thrive Yoga and Wellness, and today we're going to go a little bit deeper in our mini series on exercises to improve your balance. And so let's recap rather. We're going to talk about the fact that the harder the surface, the easier it will be for you to balance. And if you can go barefoot, that's even better. So here we have a hardwood surface for you to see me demonstrating. A medium-sized surface on the Lululemon travel mat, it's very thin travel mat, and a thicker surface here on the Mantralux Pro. It's a very, very thick yoga mat. And then the very first exercise we did is we just tried to make sure our feet were grounded beneath us, and we played with shifting our weight over our feet at different angles and through different projections, so to speak. And then our last video talked about how we could start to play with the idea of being 1 foot on at a time, holding our weight on 1 foot with that same action of paying attention to where your feet land, like we did in the first exercise, swaying side to side, but this time there's a little bit of movement and we're on 1 foot. So now we're going to do another exercise to help to strengthen the mid glute. And it's based off of a yoga pose. It's called tree pose. And let me demonstrate where I'm going to demonstrate a modification of the tree pose. Tree pose can be done like this with your heel, left heel in this case, on top of your right heel, or you can have it all the way up here on your calf. You can also slide that heel all the way up to your inner thigh. Now, we don't have to work on that because if you're brand new, you're probably thinking, holy moly, that girl's crazy. So the action that we're going to talk about today is getting that heel to the calf. Heel to the calf. Now, before you do that, if you notice, we're having to externally rotate the hip at the same time. So this is actually kind of 2 exercises in one. And let's break it down. We're going to break down the most simple exercise, and that's going to be where we stand with our feet hips width distance apart, and we just try to lift one leg and lower. This, if you do it 20, 25 times, a physical therapist will have you do this. If you have some issues with stability in your hips and things like that, you are going to notice your standing hip, your standing glute, it's going to burn like crazy. So exercise number 1 is to just stand on 1 foot and raise and lower another one. Try to go for 10 and then work your way up to, like I said, 25. If you notice, nothing else is really moving. It's just my hips. My shoulders are moving ever so slightly. My left knee is not locked out. Let me see if you guys can see it a little better. So this is a locked out knee. This is a not locked out knee. And nothing else is moving except my hips up and down. This is the exact same movement that we need when we start to work on our tree pose. Let's do it over here on this slightly softer surface. We're going to start with the right foot grounded. And for the purposes of this video, let's just do 10, raise and lower. With the right foot grounded, right knee is slightly bent. That's 3. And now we're going to just go 5 more, lifting and lowering that hip. I've got 2 more. And now we're going to do that on the other side. Raise and lower for 10, 9. And you see my lifted leg isn't going very high. It's maybe just a couple of inches. But listen, it's working the glute a whole bunch. Try not to lock that knee. I think I have 1 more. I have a terrible time keeping track. We're going to do it right here on the softer surface for 10. Raise and lower. And hopefully by now, if you've been doing this with me, you're starting to feel this a little bit in the glutes. I'm on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, the wall is your friend. So if balance is an issue, stay on a hard surface and use the wall. If you're working on a little bit away from the wall, keep your hands on your hips. That'll help you to keep your body weight kind of centered over your feet. So if you notice your weight shifts a little bit, it might go from the outside to the inside of your foot as you raise and lower. That's totally normal. These exercises are really great at helping you to kind of pay attention to that. Now we're going to build on to that whole raising and lowering of the leg with raising and lowering it with an external twist, preparing for the tree pose. So let's start on a hard surface. Try to get your right toe facing forward. Maybe come up to the tippy toes of the left. Externally rotate that hip. And if balance is an issue, definitely let that left heel rest on the right. And now we're just going to play with raising and touching that foot to the calf and lowering. It's the exact same movement, but now with an external rotation of the hip. The standing foot glute is working. We'll just do 8. I think this is 5. Raising and lower, but now the foot that's coming up, I think we've got 2 more. That glute is actually having to do some more work too. So the only thing that we've done differently, instead of having our hips going forward, we've now externally rotated them ever so slightly, and we're now raising and lowering that foot to the calf for 8. That was 3, 4. Feel your glutes working. 3 more. Conscious movements. Now let's move over to the softer surface, the medium-sized surface. And if you are being really wobbly here on the wooden floor, go to the wall and stay here on the wooden floor and do 2 more sets of 10. So make sure your posture's good. You want to remember, like, pretend your granny's in the room, like pointing her finger. That might have just been my grandmother. She was very insistent that her girls had tall, good posture. So pretend you've got great posture. Fake it till you make it. Squeeze that space between your shoulder blades. Chest is up and proud. All of that weight into the right foot. The right knee is bent ever so slightly. Try to keep your hands on your hips to remind you to suck that tummy in. And let's do 8 of these little touches to the calves. That was 1. Trying to keep your balance. And if you're feeling super froggy, maybe no weight, or you barely touch the floor with those feet. Yeah, that really works that glute, right? I think we've got 2 more. I'm a terrible counter. I need somebody to be here to count. All right, I did 1 extra because when in doubt, you do 1 extra. So let's try to do that again. Grounded foot, reaching forward. The raised foot, you're going to externally rotate that heel. Go ahead and rest the right heel onto the left ankle. And now we're going to raise and lower it to the calf for 8. Now you'll have to pay attention a little bit into the belly. Every time you raise your foot, you might feel some energy dropping from your belly. Suck that energy back up. Maybe it's like gravity pulling it down. Try to suck the belly back in with each of those. And that is really going to be key for your balance. That's in yoga, they call that energy down, apana. And when you lock it with your belly strength, those are your bandhas. The mula bandha is your pelvic floor, uddiyana bandha is your transverse abdominals. When you've got those energy locks in place, it's going to drop or prevent that downward flow of energy from going towards the ground. This might be getting deeper than you care to. And that helps you to, it basically helps you to improve your balance. It also helps you to do a balance with your hands. But that's for another mini series. So let's do this last little exercise here on the softest surface. You'll notice I did hardwoods, medium-sized surface, and then a squishy surface. We're going to do this 10 times, preparing here with soft knees on the right, knee turned out on the left, belly's in, tailbone's down, chest is proud, raise and lower that left foot. The softer the surface, the harder this is. And if you can tell a little bit, I'm wobbly more on my right foot. My weight is shifting a little bit more. You might see my arches moving. I've got 1 more, a little bit more, because it's harder to stabilize on a softer surface. Hard surface, the foot muscles don't have to work as much. Soft surface, your body's like, whoa, what's going on? So let's prep the last side. We've got 8 of these. So lift and lower. And again, you can come all the way down here if you'd like, but if you'd like to juice it up a bit, maybe your toe barely even touches the mat as it comes down. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome job. So what we just did were preps for tree pose. And let me demonstrate tree pose for you really quick. So this will be your homework until our next video, which is coming in just a couple of days. You're going to practice raising and lowering that foot. And then after you've done about 3 sets of those 10, if you can, or maybe even 3 sets of 20 or 25, go ahead and raise that leg up and try to hold it here in this modified tree position for 5 breaths. If you can do it even longer, that's even better. And if you can do it long enough to kind of play with what your feet are doing and maybe wobble a little bit consciously and like you're doing it on purpose, that's all helping you to improve your balance. I'm going to do this 1 more time on the other side. It's the exact same movement of those hip raises with the external rotation. We're going to bring that foot up to the calf, left knee soft, and we're just going to play with holding this for 5 breaths or so. Now remember, hard surface is easier. So each time you feel like you're like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, I got this. Try changing the surface just a little bit, and you're going to be challenged a little bit more. Now, don't feel bad if you felt like a rock star today and then tomorrow you're wobbling everywhere. Every day is a little different. It depends on what you ate, how you slept, all sorts of stuff, everything that's going on in your life. So, the key to balance work is you work your balance every single day. And listen, I am not now naturally coordinated. Oh my gosh, I used to be the biggest klutz on the planet. Yoga has helped me tremendously. I still have a long way to go. I wish I could do those, balance boards forever and ever. I can't, but these exercises right here are the key to helping me stand up straight, to keeping me from twisting my ankle. Oh my gosh, I used to twist my ankle all the time. And guess what? Working these little exercises right here have really helped me to be able to stand up straighter and to walk with more confidence, knowing my feet are not just going to give out from under me just willy nilly, which is what it used to feel like. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Jennifer Dixon with Thrive Yoga and Wellness. I would love to encourage you to join us at the studio located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, right off of East Brainerd Road. And if you are not in the area, definitely check us out online at thriveyogaandwellness.com/thrive online, where we have a growing library of yoga videos, instructional tutorials like this, and full length sequences that are fitness oriented yoga classes that will help you on your journey to wellness. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jennifer Dixon, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.